Hey team, I want to talk to you today about something that's really important for our healthy living journey, and that is what I'm going to call extreme ownership. All right, we live in a day and time when it is very popular and easy to blame someone else or something else for pretty much everything in our life. And that includes our habits, our health habits, even. And I just want to offer you some tough love today and hopefully some encouragement at the same time. Um, Basically, we need to take ownership for where we are today in our life, what we have done in the past with our life, and where we are going in our future. It's um, it's basically up to us, or another way to say it is it's all our own fault. Okay, we are where we are by our own choices. We have more control over ourselves and our behavior than we think. And I just want us to kind of recalibrate our mind a little bit to get around that idea that we are in control, we are in charge of our own thoughts and our own moods, our own behaviors, and our own actions. So, um, what we do or what we don't do and how we respond to what happens to us is all on us. It's our responsibility, it's our fault, it's our choice. We need to own it, okay? So, that's kind of the tough part, all right? So I just want to mention a couple of ideas about commitment and consistency as it pertains to our healthy living goals or our journey in healthy living or changing bad habits or developing new habits or whatever it is along our path that we're trying to do to make ourselves the very best version of ourselves, okay? So a nice definition of commitment is doing the thing that you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has passed. Think about that for a second. January 1st is right around the corner, and or any first of the month or week or whatever, when we recommit ourselves to this is it, this is the time I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to do this or that, and I'm all motivated and ready to take on the world. And 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months later, all is lost because we haven't held to our commitment. So I just want to challenge you to remember that real commitment lasts longer than the mood that we made our commitments in, okay? So that leads me into another idea about consistency, and I want to illustrate this with something you hopefully are familiar with. I was reminded about a story from Darren Hardy's morning podcast, and he talked about an old-fashioned well where you have to hand pump the well to draw the water out from the ground. And he said, think about how this works in terms of our commitment and consistency. So if you think about it, if you've ever done this before, I have it at Uncle Jerry's farm. You take this long lever and you pump it and pump it and pump it, and nothing happens. And nothing happens for a long time. You start to hear some noises after a while, but you still have to keep pumping, and there's no water, there's no result, nothing's happening. But I'm working, and then all of a sudden a little trickle of water starts to come out. And so we keep pumping and we get excited, and the little trickle turns into a larger flow, and then pretty soon the water is just gushing out, the result of our consistent pumping at the well. But then what happens as soon as you stop pumping? The water stops, and the water goes back down from the bottom of the well, and you've got nothing because you stopped pumping. So the point here is obvious. You have got to keep working. You've got to keep pumping at the well if you want the result that you desire to continue. If you want the continuous flow of water, water being whatever the thing is that you're pursuing, maybe it's optimized health or physical performance, or feeling better about yourself, or having the weight under control, or whatever it is, you've got to keep at the well, pumping. Being consistent over time is how you keep that flow of water coming out, that good result in your life. As soon as you stop, you can't expect the water to keep flowing. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. It's just super important that we be consistent. Whatever we're doing, like in any challenge or any month-long thing, or whatever we're inspired to do, that is not the end. That is really just kind of a springboard to help you get started. And the point is that you would continue and keep going and keep pressing and keep pushing hard so that you can maintain, all right? And then it becomes a change in your lifestyle, and it becomes a little more automatic and a little bit easier, and you get better at pumping the well, and you figure out how to maintain how hard and how frequently you have to pump the well to maintain the flow that you are looking for, and that's how it works. So, but just think about consistency in this way. It is the most important attribute to your success, and it's not about how you start. It's not about how you made it through a 30-day thing, but it's about how you continue being consistent over a long period of time. And know that lacking that consistency is, Darren Hardy would say, is a subtle stealer of dreams. The stop and start process kills your progress no matter what the pursuit is. So we've got to be consistent. Will Smith, the famous actor and rapper from back in the day, is quoted with saying that it is easier to stay in shape than it is to get in shape. And that's consistency right there. I mean, once you get to a level of fitness that works for you, for whatever it is that you're doing, maintaining that is a lot easier than stopping, delaying for a period, and then trying to restart again. The maintenance part is your cruise control, if there is such a thing as a cruise control. You're pushing a lot easier because it's part of your routine, it's part of your lifestyle, your body is used to it, you enjoy the push and the burn, and you're maintaining the results, and you're staying in shape with your exercise, or even with your food and how you manage your nutrition, versus the stop and start all the time. So I just want to challenge you and encourage you to be consistent in your commitment, whether it's the commitment you've made right now to do a special program for a period of time. Just know that it is really just a start, and our hope here in Team Quadzilla is that it would become part of your lifestyle, and that you would be able to be consistent at it for a long period of time, and it would change your life forever, and you wouldn't have to stop and start ever again. All right, I hope that's encouraging to you. Bye.